Good morning, and thank you for joining us for our weekly press conference. Today, we're excited to provide an update on our Love Your Block initiative. First, I will provide a quick recap and introduce some special guests we have. Second, our neighborhood planner, Aaron Carey, will share some metrics. Third, our Love Your Block fellow, Gretchen Kerr, will showcase some stories. And finally, our Vista, Liz Reyes, will recognize our community partners. First, we are very excited to welcome two members of the Bloomberg Center for Public Innovation team right here to Erie. We welcome Renata Campente, the Senior Advisor of Civic Engagement at the Bloomberg Center for Public Innovation. You can stand up for a minute, just so people know who you are. Before BCPI, Renata spent many years as a community organizer and stakeholder representative in Montgomery County, that's in Maryland, where her work focused on equitable access to public education. Previously, Renata practiced constitutional law in Brazil, where she worked on a number of cases before the Supreme Court to advance women's reproductive rights and marriage equality. Renata graduated from the Harvard Law School and has been a fellow in the Women and Public Policy program at the Harvard Kennedy School. Second, we welcome Alejandra Garcia, who is a Vista leader at Bloomberg Center for Public Innovation. Alejandra Garcia is from Southern California. She has been involved with community service from a young age and truly believes in the power of mentorship and service. Alejandra is a graduate of the University of Redlands with a degree in biology and minors in chemistry and sociology. After the university, she went straight into a 4-year service with the United States Peace Corps in the country of Peru. During her 4 years of service in the Amazon of Peru, she worked as a youth development specialist. She worked specifically with local high schools to activate youth-led volunteer projects that involve collaboration with teachers, with City Hall members, and community residents. In her last 2 years in Peru, she became a Peace Corps Amazon Regional Volunteer Coordinator, where she mentored and coached over 35 Peace Corps volunteers. She worked alongside the Peace Corps staff, serving as a liaison between the Peace Corps staff, community members, and other volunteers. As an American Love Your Block Vista leader, she works hand in hand with the senior advisors managing the Love Your Block program. She now supports AmeriCorps Vista members across 8 U.S. cities. Alejandro is always pursuing her master's in social work right now in California State University in Long Beach. Shortly after I took office in January of 2018, my team and I did a lot of door knocking and community forums. Based on community feedback, we created a vision for Erie. The vision for Erie states, Erie is a community of choice, and we celebrate our rich cultural diversity, our welcoming, vibrant neighborhoods, our world-class downtown and bayfront, our excellent education for everyone, and our abundance of good family-sustaining jobs. We then set to work to revitalize our neighborhoods, looking for programs and initiatives that could help us meet our goals. That was when we discovered Bloomberg Philanthropies and the Love Your Block program. The Love Your Block is a grant program that brings city leaders and residents together to build strong neighborhoods, one block at a time. Through the program, cities award mini grants to residents and community partners to reduce blight, spur neighborhood-driven change, and build good relationships. The program is funded through Bloomberg Philanthropies, which says works to ensure better, longer lives for a greater number of people by focusing on 5 key areas: the arts, education, the environment, government innovation, and public health. Encompassing all of Mike Bloomberg's giving, Bloomberg Philanthropy includes his foundation, corporate, and personal philanthropy, as well as Bloomberg Associates, a pro bono consultancy that works with mayors and cities all around the world. During 2022, Bloomberg Philanthropies invested $1.7 billion all around the world. The Bloomberg Philanthropies Government Innovation Team supports city governments currently facing society's most pressing and complex problems by helping cities bring bold ideas to life and spread proven solutions to cities all around the world. The Bloomberg Center for Bloomberg Innovations, or BCPI for short, located at Johns Hopkins University, works to advance public sector innovation across the globe by marrying cutting-edge practice with world-class research to transform the culture of government. They deliver exceptional results for residents, and they inspire trust and public service. Launched in 2021, the center is home to programs like the Innovation Team, the Public Innovators Network, and Cities of Service that help advance the public sector globally. The center provides and oversees the Love Your Block grant, funded by Bloomberg Philanthropies in partnership with AmeriCorps. As the grant partner, BCPI is responsible for the program design and implementation, as well as technical assistance to guarantee cities through teaching, training, and coaching. In September of 2021, we were honored to be selected by Cities of Service as one of 8 cities to receive $100,000 grant over 2 years to support resident-led efforts fighting blight and fund a Love Your Block fellow drawn from the community. Each community also received up to 2 AmeriCorps Vista members and technical assistance from expert cities of service staff. It has been a wonderful experience for us. Love Your Block is a community center initiative that empowers neighbors to take pride in their neighborhood by awarding mini grants to resident volunteers for projects that spur neighborhood-driven change. The mini grants provide opportunities for neighbors to team up to make minor exterior home improvements, to beautify and repurpose vacant lots, to remove graffiti, to clean up litter and illegal dumping, or plant new flower gardens, trees, and landscape on public and private spaces. The Love Your Block team also helps to connect residents to vital city services and resources to enhance and sustain the ongoing work in our neighborhoods. In the last 2 years, Love Your Block specifically focused on the east side of Erie in neighborhoods without existing any kind of neighborhood coordinators or organizations. They didn't exist in these neighborhoods. Love Your Block strives to engage, include, and celebrate residents at Erie neighborhoods by addressing blighted properties and lack of community connections. In 2022, during year 1, by leveraging that grant with some of the Erie's ARP funding, our Love Your Block team coordinated several community cleanups and provided funding to 31 residents for small home repairs in 3 neighborhoods that, again, had no organized neighborhood groups in them. With volunteer labor from contractors and 80 residents, the Love Your Block team completed 600 hours of labor. They saved residents over $26,000 in labor costs. The projects they did included 11 new exterior doors, 10 updated hand railings, 16 landscaping projects, 60 other home repairs, and 300 pounds of trash removal. In addition, we connected 17 residents to the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Erie's grant programs for home repair assistance, which were funded by a $15 million investment in the Redevelopment Authority through the City of Erie's ARP funds. Connecting residents to this unprecedented opportunity for home repair funds is crucial to get resources to underserved and underrepresented communities. Love Your Block will continue to play an integral role in engaging residents from within the neighborhood and assisting residents through the application process. In 2023, the Love Your Block expanded its initiative to provide small home repairs to 4 neighborhoods in the east side of Erie. They serve more than 50 residents. Along with this investment, we work closely with the city's Department of Public Works, Planning, Neighborhood Resources, Economic and Community Development, Communications, the Police Department, the Fire Department, the Mayor's Advisory Council, and the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Erie. We use 3 partnerships to coordinate improvements to the public right-of-way while conducting community cleanups and outreach regarding existing City Hall initiatives. Great examples are the Police Athletic League, the Citizens Response Center, Large Item Pickup, the city's 814 concert series, and the Redevelopment Authority's home repair opportunities. We envision the Love Your Block expansion as a comprehensive, equitable, impactful, and innovative approach to revitalize our communities and get resources into the hands, hearts, and homes of those who need it the most. Love Your Block provides a holistic approach to blight remediation, combating the symptoms of blight from a grassroots, resident-centered level. Love Your Block ensures the equitable coordination of small home repairs, community projects, proactive code enforcement, acquisition, demolition, rehabilitation, and new housing production. Love Your Block is inspiring confidence in property owners, excited by the activity to revitalize their neighborhoods, to take the initiative to reinvest in homes. This initiative embodies our city mission, which is build opportunity, restore hope, transform Erie. We also support our vision to ensure that every resident has the opportunity to stay safe, welcoming, and in a vibrant neighborhood. Now, to provide an update on the metrics of the 2023 Projects Weeks, I am happy to introduce to you Erin Carey, who's been doing a lot of the work on this. She's our neighborhood planner. Erin, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. The team is so proud of all the work that has been completed by volunteers and community partners this summer. While there's still a few projects left to complete, we'd like to share a few of the numbers related to the projects that we have completed this summer. Over 4 weeks, Love Your Block was able to work with 52 residents at their homes, painting front porches, replacing handrails, painting window trim, removing junk and debris, and replacing mailboxes and house numbers. These projects were made possible with the help of almost 70 volunteers who came out to generously support their fellow City of Erie residents and to love their blocks. 1,088 hours were spent by these volunteers removing 9,834 pounds of trash and debris, completing 94 home repairs, and installing 46 new features like handrails, mailboxes, and house numbers. Over the last 2 years of the Love Your Block program, Love Your Block staff and volunteers have awarded 82 total mini-grant projects and have removed a total of 28,914 pounds of trash and have helped to coordinate almost 5,000 hours of volunteer assistance between approximately 1,000 community volunteers going back into the City of Erie's neighborhoods. This is an incredible testament to our staff who's here today and the support that the community of Erie has for the goals of this initiative. However, the numbers are only a part of the story of what makes Love Your Block important. And I'll pass it over to our fellow for the Love Your Block program, Gretchen Kerr, to tell us more about the people behind these numbers.
Thanks, Erin. Wow. When you hear it out loud, it is quite something. But in addition to the work, we had the absolute privilege of meeting some amazing people along the way. We spent time with many grantees and neighbors just sitting on porches and listening to their stories. They welcomed our team and volunteers and made us feel a part of their neighborhood. They were caring and curious about Love Your Block and what the city is doing to make resources more accessible. And among the grantees we got to know were, on East 9th Street, a veteran and a retired city bus driver, a retired union worker, a retired house cleaner, a retired nurse's aide, and mayor or queen of 9th Street, and 2 recovering stroke victims. On Lighthouse Street, we were able to connect with a valued community activist and a servant leader, a 90-year-old Russian-Ukrainian speaking gentleman who's cared for by his neighbors, recent widows, and a gardener willing to give us a tour of his garden and speak about the neighborhood and its history. In the East Bay Front, a mother and daughter committed to keeping and maintaining their 100-plus-year-old home. A dedicated grandmother who supports her grandchildren, cares for so many through her church, and advocates for people in need. An urban farmer who is invested in the neighborhood and is dedicated to connecting people to fresh, organic food sources. And a grieving mother who expresses herself through poetry. And an avid, lifelong bowler, with an amazing average, by the way, who is dedicated to her neighbors and neighborhood. She also is the proud owner of 2 of the largest goldfish I have ever seen. Likewise, in Lakeside and Marvintown, we encountered single mothers who take immense pride in their homes, young families, one with 5 beautiful children, a merchant marine who spent over 25 years away at sea and came back to live in the neighborhood he grew up in, a brother and sister who inherited their mother's home and are dedicated to staying in the neighborhood, a retired beautician who makes sweets for a caring neighbor who helps care for her property, a retired union worker who lives in the house he was raised in, and so many more. I could go on, but all of those whom we have met have been gracious, patient, and kind, and hopefully champions of Love Your Block in years to come. Most importantly, we now can enter these neighborhoods and know residents by name and continue to provide support and advocate for resources for them. This is an important milestone in the development of Love Your Block. But it's not just residents we've come to know. We've fostered some amazing partnerships with volunteers and organizations. Liz Reyes, our AmeriCorps Vista for our 2-year grant, will highlight some of those partnerships now. Liz?
Thank you, Gretchen. We really want to thank everyone who came out to help us revitalize our neighborhoods and assist some of our homeowners with small home repair projects. We couldn't have done it all without you, and we have a long list to recognize. A special thank you goes out to the Maple One and CCC team who took on much of the heavy load for 7 weeks, helping us haul away junk and debris, power wash, paint porches, and much more. Joel Travis, a local contractor, has been working with us for 2 years, helping to train volunteers, provide supplies, and install railings, and answer thousands of questions that we had. The Erie Center for Arts and Technology, ECAT, an anchor for building resident connections in the East Ave area, met our needs for space and services, actively promoting Love Your Block initiatives and volunteering their time for outreach and projects. Serve Erie took the lead on several East Ave projects and provided necessary volunteer labor to complete community cleanups and the beautification of residents' front yards. We also want to thank Marquette and Hammett Health Foundation for their positive engagement and hours of volunteering that make the touching stories from residents possible. Community school directors Liz, Julia, and Tammy for building outreach capacity and providing space and services to our volunteers. Groundworks Erie for providing immense support and helping us to complete several landscaping projects in the East Bayfront and Marvintown area. And last but not least, Steph Steiner for hosting Love Your Block in the East Bayfront area, taking us through a tour of her thriving community garden, showing a good time to our NCCC guests, and cooking up those delicious mushroom burgers I heard about. We also want to thank the following organizations who, through in-kind services, volunteer hours, and incredible collaboration, helped so many neighbors and contributed to making these 2 years of Love Your Block successful. Drew from Erie Pressure Pros, Reyes Landscaping, Choice Sons Roofing and Siding, El Amigo Mexican Grill, Redevelopment Authority of the City of Erie, Rachel Moore, owner of Clutter Busters Cleaning, Brian Atterbury, community health worker with the Minority Community Investment Coalition, New York Lunch, Blue Coats, Perseus House, Boys and Girls Club of Erie, Eastside Renaissance, and finally, we want to recognize and thank several city departments that provided an incredible level of support. Public Works, Planning and Neighborhood Resources, Code Enforcement, Finance, Economic and Community Development, Communications Office, and the Mayor's Office. None of this would have been possible without the support and partnership of all these people. We are greatly appreciative to everyone, and we look forward to the continued pride and efforts of our neighborhoods and residents. Now I'll turn it back over to the Mayor.
Thank you very much, Liz, Gretchen, and Aaron. Really appreciate everything you guys have done. These are the people who are doing a lot of the work that's going on. So I really appreciate their commitment, their dedication, their passion, and their perseverance in this. I know this has been a time-sensitive and labor-intensive, and you gave it everything you had. Thank you very much. Your passion and commitment and love have really, really shown through. We visited several Erie residents on Erie's east side yesterday morning, that was mentioned earlier. It was clear that they fell in love with Love Your Block. It was an uplifting, inspiring experience. In fact, we have one of them here with us who could probably confirm, right, that you fell in love with Love Your Block. What you have done over the last 2 years has been transformational in many ways. I look forward to seeing this continue and expand, the Love Your Block initiative in Erie, for many, many years to come, at least as long as I'm mayor. I want this to grow and expand. I also want to thank Monica Gustin, who's here with us, our digital media and design specialist, Adrienne Nannon, who's here with us as well, our events manager who coordinated the 814 concert series and Love Your Block, UPMC Hammett and UPMC Health Plan for sponsoring the 814 concert series, and our Public Works crew who hauled away tons of trash and debris and got some much needed projects completed within right-of-ways. Finally, I want to thank Renata and Adriana and the rest of the BCPI team and Bloomberg Philanthropies for your guidance, your support, your mentoring, and all the resources you brought to us. Thank you very much. Without you and your confidence in us, none of this would have been possible. You put this all into motion, and we couldn't be happier with the outcome. Can we have a little round of applause for them? Finally, before we close, I know I've talked a lot already, but I just want to remind everyone, though, this is important, especially all residents, about the fiesta on the square that's happening tomorrow, Saturday, September 30th, from 3 to 7 p.m., right in Perry Square. Thanks to the hard work of the Hispanic Latina Advisory Council and the Erie Latino Leadership Association and members of my team, residents can enjoy the tastes, sights, and sounds of Hispanic and Latin culture in Erie at this fun, family-friendly event. For more details, just visit the Erie Latino Leadership Association's Fiesta on the Square Facebook event page. We have also been sharing details to the city's social media to help get the word out about this. We hope to see you tomorrow in Perry Square. That concludes this week's press conference. Please continue to follow us on social media for the latest updates on everything that's happening here in the city of Erie. Everyone who spoke, or even if they didn't speak, they're available for interviews. Thanks very much for being here and for watching today.